Here with Bethenny Thompson, the Beaver Pride Female Athlete of the Week. Bethenny, how does it feel to win the award?
Feels really good. It's been a while. I got it, I think the first week of volleyball, first tournament. So it feels good. It's an honor.
Last weekend, a couple tough losses to another weekend of highly ranked opponents, but you're able to record a couple double-doubles. Just kind of how did you feel in your final weekend?
I feel good about how it ended. I was hoping it would end something like that. There's always room for improvement, but I was happy with how the team played, and especially against Southwest. We hung with them, and they're a great team. They just beat Duluth the night before. And I think the last game of that match, we really went out strong.
Obviously, this is a tough conference. 5 teams are heading to the regional starting this weekend. You guys probably have one of the hardest schedules in the league. A lot of freshmen on this team, a lot of youth, but they saw a lot of time this season. How important is that heading into the off season and to next season?
It's really important. I think next year, with all the experience that most of the girls had, I think there was 5 on the court every game, 5 freshmen. So with that experience, I think it's gonna bring out a lot of leaders for next year. And with Elissa being the libero, she'll probably continue in that role because she stepped into that really well this year. So I know she's going to be a leader out there. Kelsey's got some experience now with a big college block. She's going to be a great hitter too. And also, Rachel's just going to be a monster. So I think we're going to do all right next year, and I'm excited that they can all grow after this one year.
Obviously, it's important to get those freshmen some experience. But talk a little bit about the seniors that are exiting. Obviously, they played key positions and did a lot for this program. Just what can you say about them?
I'm going to miss them a lot. They were both 2 of my really good friends, and I'm used to JV setting. She's set for me since I've been here, and I know Court Volkman is going to step in and do a nice job there too. But I think we're going to miss Kim a lot. She's a really dedicated volleyball player. She worked the hardest every practice, and I can say that for a fact. I think Rachel learned a lot from her though, so I think we're going to be okay, but we're definitely going to miss those 2 girls.
Do you have any goals set yet for your final off season before you get up for your senior season?
Yeah, I already have the goal made that I'm going to increase my vertical by 2 inches, hopefully. I know all of us are going to work our butts off, and I think Joe is going to be working with us in strength and conditioning, so it's going to be really beneficial this off season. It's going to prove a lot for next year too.
Here with Lance Rongstead, the male Beaver Pride Athlete of the Week. Lance, how's it feel to win the award?
Feels very good. It's definitely a big team effort. Coming off this last weekend, we had great performance up front with our O-line, and everybody kind of did their part this weekend.
Let's talk a little bit about last weekend. You yourself rushed for over 160 yards, set a record for a quarterback in a game. Just kind of what did you see differently out there?
We ran a lot of option, and they weren't playing it particularly well, so Coach kept going back to it, and it just provided a lot more opportunities for me to run with the ball.
Talk about that 70-yard plus run. Obviously, it's almost half of your yards in the game. Set another record for a rush by a QB. Just talk about the play, and looks like you got tackled at the 1.
Yeah, it was
talk about that last yard.
It was 3rd and long, and Coach Tesh wanted to keep the clock running, so we decided to quarterback draw play, and Brian Leanhart actually ended up blocking 2 or 3 guys on that play, which kind of squirted me out, and apparently I just ran out of gas. Couldn't quite get there.
On a run like that, you kind of have those initial moves you got to make to get out there, but you're running for a while. Is there anything that goes through your head when all you can see is the end zone?
Just get there as quick as you can, and I came up about 3/4 of a yard short.
You were named honorable mention All-NSIC today. Just kind of talk about your first year as the starting quarterback here at BSU.
It was definitely a learning experience. There's only so much coaches and players ahead of you can teach, and there's a lot that you just have to learn for yourself in a game. What works good for you, what works good as a team, and I definitely picked up a lot that I can bring to next year, and hopefully come out with a little better season than we had this year. I mean, 8-3 is nothing to complain about, but we definitely feel as a team that we left a lot out there, and it's going to be a sour taste in our mouth all summer long and all winter break, and really looking forward to next year coming back and really proving how good and how far we can go.
Talk a little bit about your offensive line. Most of those guys received all conference honors today, including Corey Immerman, who's a first-teamer. Just talk a little bit about those guys and also what you're losing off that line too.
We'll be losing a lot. I think they were all 4-year starters. It's a lot of experience to replace in 1 year, and that'll be definitely a question coming into next year. But I think with the injuries that we did have and guys stepping up, that it's not unlikely that we won't miss a step. Those guys definitely that stepped in, played their part. They played their part well. And we're definitely going to miss those guys. They were a lot of fun to be around. They never missed a step, giving each other crap, and always making the locker room a fun place to be. And as good as they were, they'll be missed just as much.